No one took the warship seriously. Until it wiped out a fleet, Ethan Miller stood on the observation deck of the shipyard station, staring at the massive hull of the warship they called the Valiant. Even in the dim glow of the docking lights, the ship looked alive, like it was waiting for something no one else could see. Ethan ran a hand over the railing, feeling the tension that hung in the air. Everyone knew what the humans had built here was unlike anything else in the galaxy, yet most outsiders treated it as a joke. Captain Lily Harper walked up beside him, her uniform crisp and her expression calm. She studied the warship in silence for a moment before speaking. "They think it's just another human toy," she said quietly. "But they have no idea." Ethan nodded. "We have done something no one else could imagine. The technology, the weapons, the shields, it's all ready." Lily's eyes met his, and we're ready to use it if we have to. That's the part they don't understand. Humans don't back down. The crew around them went about their final preparations. Engineers checked energy systems, recalibrated weapons, and ran simulations. Young Lieutenant Jason Cole was at his station, fingers flying across the console as he monitored the Valiant's weapons network. He looked up at Ethan and grinned. "Sir, if they try to challenge us, they're going to regret it." Ethan chuckled. "I hope we never have to test it on anyone." Jason shrugged. "Realistically, we probably will. The galaxy doesn't take humans seriously. Not anymore. But not yet." Inside the shipyard central control room, scientist Nora Blake monitored energy flows from the warship. She had spent years designing the core systems that powered the Valiant, systems that no one outside Earth really understood. The energy signature was immense, clean, and far beyond what most alien civilizations could comprehend. She knew it was dangerous, even to her own crew. But she also knew it could be the difference between survival and extinction if the galaxy came knocking. Outside, through the large viewport, alien scouts drifted near the edge of the system. They were small, unarmed ships, but they carried sensors that could scan worlds and fleets for weaknesses. One of the aliens' drones hovered close, scanning the station, and transmitted data back to its fleet. From their perspective, the humans were still primitive. The Valiant looked big, yes, but it didn't appear to move or react. They believed it could be destroyed with minimal effort. Back on the observation deck, Ethan and Lily watched the drones float silently in space. "They don't see us as a threat," Ethan said. "And that's exactly why we need to be ready." Lily nodded. "I've trained my crew for months. Every system, every weapon, every maneuver. We can outthink them, outfight them, and survive where others would fail." Jason's voice came over the comm link. "Captain, weapons systems are online. Shields are at maximum. Targeting arrays are fully calibrated. The Valiant is ready." Ethan smiled, but there was a tension in his chest he couldn't shake. "Good. Keep it that way." The alien drones finally moved away, but Nora noticed something in the data streams.
"They're reporting back," she said to Ethan.
"The alien fleet is larger than we expected. They're sending reinforcements from the outer systems." Ethan frowned. "We anticipated this. It doesn't change anything." "Humans are ready for whatever comes." Meanwhile on Earth, news channels reported the same things, but in a casual, almost dismissive tone. "Humans launch new warship," one broadcast said. "Observers say it's likely symbolic, unlikely to change galactic power dynamics." Ordinary people watched and shrugged. Some children played in the streets, pretending their toy ships were the Valiant. Few understood that the ship they laughed at could change everything. On the Valiant, crew members prepared for a mission that had yet to be fully authorized by the Human Council. Commander Ethan Miller walked the corridors, checking on every station, every officer, and every engineer. His presence brought calm, even to the youngest recruits. He paused at the door of the engineering bay where Ryan Wells was running final checks. "Everything ready, Ryan?" Ethan asked. Ryan wiped his brow and smiled. "Shields at full capacity, weapons fully charged, engines primed. Nothing will catch us off guard." Ethan nodded. "Good. We can't afford mistakes. Not now, not ever." In the tactical room, Lily gathered her senior officers. "Listen up," she said, pointing at the holographic display of the Vega system. We know the aliens don't take us seriously. That's our advantage. They believe they're stronger, faster, and smarter. We will show them that humans are none of those things. They are something else entirely. Jason tapped the display, showing simulated attack patterns. If we move here, their scouts won't detect us in time. And with our new energy torpedoes, we can disable their larger ships before they react. Lily nodded. Exactly. Precision, speed, and coordination. Every crew member knows their role. Failure is not an option.
As the crew ran drills, Ethan returned to the observation deck.
He looked out at the distant stars and thought about the humans who had come before him. They had always faced overwhelming odds. On Earth, wars had been fought with limited resources. In space, humans were still young, still learning, but they were bold in ways the galaxy had not seen. Nora approached him, her tablet showing the energy readings from the Valiant. We've built something extraordinary, Ethan. Not just a ship, but a message. The galaxy thinks humans are weak. We will prove them wrong. Ethan smiled, and if we survive, they will never forget it. Days passed, and the tension built. Crew members grew restless, pacing the decks, checking systems, and running drills repeatedly. Ethan and Lily held briefings, reinforcing the importance of discipline, focus, and calm under pressure. Every mistake they corrected now could prevent disaster later. One evening, as the crew rested, Ethan and Lily walked along the maintenance corridor, the hum of the ship around them. Do you ever wonder, Lily said quietly, if they will even believe what they see when we fight? Ethan shook his head. They will have no choice. Humans don't bluff. Humans fight, and humans win when everyone else underestimates them. Nora joined them, her expression thoughtful. It's strange, she said. We built this for protection, but it feels like we're holding a storm in our hands. One wrong move and it could be catastrophic. One right move and it could change everything. Jason, overhearing them, grinned. I like storms. They're exciting. Humans thrive in them. Ethan laughed softly. That's why we're the ones in this ship, Jason. Because we don't just survive storms. We create them. The alien fleet, still unaware of the Valiant's true capabilities, continued to approach the Vega system. They had grown confident, certain that the humans could not match their power. Scouts relayed images of the human warship, showing its massive size, but nothing indicated the technology hidden within. From the outside it seemed impressive, yes, but slow and vulnerable. On board the Valiant, crew members continued to prepare. Drill after drill, calculation after calculation, the ship became more than metal and energy. It became a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and resilience. Every officer and recruit knew that this day could change the course of history. As the first signs of alien vessels appeared on long-range scanners, the Valiant remained still, like a predator waiting. Ethan stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the view. Remember this moment, he said to his crew. They think we are weak.
They think they can intimidate us, but humans are not weak.
And today they will learn that lesson. Lily took her position at the command console, hand steady. All systems ready, she said. We wait for my signal. Patience now ensures victory later. The crew waited in tense silence. The distant hum of the ship filled the air, the energy of its core vibrating through every deck. Jason checked weapon systems one last time. Ready to make history, Captain, he said. Nora monitored the energy readings, her heart racing. All systems optimal. Nothing can stop us now, except human error. Ethan looked out at the approaching fleet, their confidence evident even from the scanner images. He smiled. They don't understand, he whispered. They have no idea what humans are capable of. And as the stars stretched endlessly before them, the Valiant waited. Quiet, patient, and ready. The galaxy believed it was just another ship, another human attempt at showing off. They were wrong. Humans were about to prove that courage, ingenuity, and determination could overcome any odds. The Valiant was not just a warship. It was a message, and the galaxy had yet to hear it. The Valiant drifted in the outer orbit of the Vega system, silent and hidden. Its cloaking systems made it almost invisible to sensors. The alien fleet, hundreds of ships strong, moved confidently, scanning the area, unaware of the human warship waiting for the perfect moment. Captain Lily Harper stood at the command console, eyes fixed on the holographic display. "They have no idea we are here," she said quietly. "And when we strike, it will be over before they understand what happened." Lieutenant Jason Cole's fingers moved quickly over his console, checking every targeting system. All weapons are online and primed. Energy torpedoes, plasma cannons, and pulse lasers. We can hit every major ship in their fleet simultaneously. Commander Ethan Miller stood behind them, arms crossed. He watched the approaching enemy fleet through the viewport. "Remember," he said, "precision and timing. We do not waste shots. We do not take risks. Every move counts." The crew around him nodded, tension in their faces but confidence in their actions. Engineers, navigators, and tactical officers moved with practiced efficiency. They had trained for months, and now the moment had come. In the engineering bay, Ryan Wells monitored the shield systems. Shields at full capacity. Energy flow was stable. No anomalies detected. The Valiant is ready to fight. Nora Blake's fingers flew over her console in the science lab. "I've checked the energy signatures. Everything is calibrated. If we fire now, the torpedoes will hit with maximum efficiency." She paused, her eyes narrowing at the approaching fleet. "They are so confident, it will not last." Outside, the alien fleet spread in a wide formation, their large battleships in the center and smaller support ships on the edges. They communicated through signals the Valiant could intercept, sending taunts and demands to humans in the Vega system. "Surrender," one message read. "Resist, and you will be destroyed." Lily tapped a button on her console. "Ignore them," she said. "We do not negotiate. We fight." Jason looked up. "Captain, the torpedo systems are fully locked on targets. We just need your order."
Ethan stepped closer.
"Give the order," he said. "Let's show them who humans really are." The first energy torpedo launched silently, moving faster than any ship in the alien fleet could track. It struck the largest battleship directly, and the resulting explosion lit up space like a second sun. Alien scouts scrambled, trying to understand what had happened, but their sensors were overwhelmed. "Direct hit," Jason said. "All secondary targets locked. We can fire the next wave."
Lily nodded. "Do it." The Valiant released a second volley.
Plasma cannons tore through the enemy ships, cutting them apart before they could respond. Smaller alien vessels tried to escape, but the Valiant anticipated their movements. Every attack was precise, every shot devastating. Ethan watched the battle unfold on the main viewport.
They thought they could intimidate us. They have no idea what humans can do.
On the bridge, the crew worked in perfect synchrony. Jason tracked every movement of the enemy, issuing commands to adjust weapons fire. Lily coordinated evasive maneuvers, keeping the Valiant just out of reach of return fire. The ship moved like it had a mind of its own, anticipating threats and neutralizing them instantly. Ryan called from the engineering bay. "Shields are holding. No damage detected. Weapons systems are stable. We can continue this fight indefinitely if necessary," Nora added. "Energy output remains optimal. Every weapon functioned at maximum efficiency. The calculations were perfect." The alien fleet, shocked by the sudden destruction of their battleships, attempted to regroup. They formed defensive lines, trying to concentrate fire on the Valiant, but their movements were clumsy. The humans had studied alien tactics for years, and the Valiant exploited every weakness. Lily adjusted the ship's position, moving behind an asteroid field to avoid concentrated fire. "They're slow and predictable," she said. "We can outmaneuver them easily." Jason grinned. "This is too easy." Ethan, however, kept his expression serious. "Never underestimate them. Even in defeat, they can be dangerous." Despite Ethan's warning, the alien commanders were panicked. Their central communications were disrupted, and orders were misinterpreted. Some ships fired on each other by mistake, believing them to be human decoys. The chaos spread through the fleet like wildfire. From the observation deck, Lily watched the explosions ripple across space. They think humans are weak, she said softly. And look at them now. They are falling apart. The Valiant continued to fire, each volley targeted to maximize damage while minimizing energy waste. Every alien ship destroyed increased human confidence. Crew members cheered quietly as the enemy formation collapsed, but they remained disciplined. There was still work to do, and victory had to be complete. Ethan moved to the communications console. Open a channel to the alien fleet. Let them know who was in charge, he said.
Jason hesitated. Sir, they might just ignore it.
They are already panicked.
Ethan smiled slightly. Let them know.
Humans fight with courage and clarity. They should understand that. The channel opened, and Ethan's voice came through clearly.
This is Commander Ethan Miller of the human warship Valiant.
We do not seek unnecessary conflict, but we will defend ourselves and our allies. Any attack on humanity will be met with the same force you see now. Consider this a warning. There was silence on the other end. Then a single message returned, fragmented and panicked. Possible. How? Lily shook her head. They thought we would be easy. They thought they could intimidate humans. They are learning the truth too late. The battle raged for hours. The alien fleet attempted to reorganize, but the Valiant was faster, stronger, and more precise than anything they had ever encountered. Energy torpedoes struck from impossible angles, and plasma cannons shredded even their most heavily armored ships. Jason called out every time a ship was destroyed.
Direct hit on the command cruiser. Shields down on the assault frigate.
Multiple kills on the left wing. Ryan monitored the systems, reporting. Shields holding steady. Energy reserves remain high. We can continue the engagement without interruption. Nora studied alien sensor patterns. They are trying to flee. Their formation is broken. The Valiant has complete control of this encounter. Ethan watched, proud of his crew but careful not to show relief. This is just one battle. The galaxy is watching. Humans cannot afford to be overconfident. The alien fleet, battered and broken, began a full retreat. The Valiant did not pursue aggressively, choosing to conserve energy and maintain its position. Lily calculated their escape vectors, ensuring they could not regroup quickly. They are running, she said. But they will never forget what happened here. Jason grinned. Humans just won the first round, Captain. Ethan nodded slowly.
Yes, but this is only the beginning. The galaxy will respond.
Humans must be ready for anything. On Earth, news broadcasts erupted with reports from distant systems. Scientists, diplomats, and civilians alike watched in disbelief. A single human ship destroyed an entire fleet, one report said. How is this possible? Children stared at the skies, imagining themselves aboard the Valiant. Adults whispered of human ingenuity and courage. Across the planet, a new pride and fear spread simultaneously. Humans were no longer a species to be ignored. Inside the Valiant, the crew prepared for the next phase. Ships would be repaired, weapons recalibrated, and sensors improved. Lessons from the battle were recorded and analyzed. Every officer understood that this victory, while complete, was only the start of a larger struggle. Ethan walked along the corridors, observing the crew. Well done, he said. But remember, every ship, every system, every decision must be perfect from now on. Humans have shown what they can do. Now we must prove we can do it again. Lily joined him, looking out a viewport at the stars beyond Vega. They will come back, she said quietly. Stronger, more prepared. But they will never expect humans to fight like this again. Jason leaned against a console. I can't wait to see their faces when we hit them next time. Ethan smiled, though he kept his voice steady. Keep that enthusiasm, Jason, but always remember discipline. Victory is not about speed or firepower alone. It is about control, strategy, and unity. Nora approached with her tablet. The energy systems performed flawlessly. The Valiant exceeded every expectation. Humans built more than a ship. We built a symbol. Ethan nodded slowly. Yes, and symbols inspire, but they also provoke. The galaxy will take notice, and humans must be ready to follow through on what we have shown them. Ryan called from engineering. Repairs on minor systems are complete, shields and weapons fully operational. The Valiant is ready for any further engagement. Lily smiled. Then we wait. They will return, and when they do, humans will not be surprised. As the Valiant floated silently in orbit, its crew prepared for what was coming. The galaxy had underestimated humans, and that mistake had cost the aliens dearly. The ship itself seemed to hum with energy, a living proof of human skill, courage, and determination. And in the darkness of space, the Valiant waited. Patient, powerful, and ready. The galaxy had taken humanity lightly once, and the price had been devastating. The lesson would not be forgotten. The Valiant returned to human space after the battle at the Vega system. Its crew was exhausted but alert, every mind still focused on the fact that the galaxy had seen what humans could do. Commander Ethan Miller stood on the bridge, watching the stars slowly pass by as they traveled home. Despite the victory, he felt no relief. There was too much to do, too much to plan. The alien fleet might have retreated, but it would not forget this day, and neither would the rest of the galaxy. Captain Lily Harper walked up to him, her uniform wrinkled from hours of command, her hair slightly disheveled. "They will come back," she said quietly. "Stronger. With new tactics. This victory will make them angry, not afraid." Ethan nodded.
I know. That is why we cannot rest.
Humans must prepare for every possibility, every scenario. The galaxy will test us. On the bridge, Lieutenant Jason Cole reviewed the battle data from Vega. "Sir, our systems performed perfectly." Every weapon, every shield, every maneuver worked as intended. "If we encounter them again, we will have the advantage from the start." Ethan crossed his arms. Advantage is only good if we use it wisely. We cannot rely on luck or fear. Humans must be better than that. In the science lab, Nora Blake examined the performance of the energy systems. The torpedoes and plasma cannons exceeded expectations. The shields absorbed everything they could throw at us. The ship is performing at peak efficiency, even under extreme conditions. Ryan Wells, the lead engineer, stood beside her, frowning slightly. There were minor system strains during the fight. Nothing critical, but it shows the limits of the ship. We need to upgrade, reinforce, and test every system before the next battle. Nora nodded. I agree. The Valiant is powerful, but it is still human-made. We cannot assume invincibility. As the ship moved closer to Earth, reports from galactic observers started to arrive. Neutral systems, once indifferent to humanity, now showed interest. Scientists, diplomats, and military analysts contacted Earth, wanting to study the human warship. Rumors spread through the galaxy that one human vessel had destroyed an entire alien fleet, and many wondered how it was possible. On Earth, ordinary people celebrated the victory. Children played with toy ships, imagining themselves aboard the Valiant. Adults watched the news in awe, discussing the courage and ingenuity of the human crew. For the first time, humanity was recognized as a real force in the galaxy, not just a minor species. In the War Council chamber, senior leaders gathered to discuss the next steps. Commander Miller, Captain Harper, Lieutenant Cole, and Nora Blake were all present.
Ethan stood at the head of the table, looking at the maps and holograms of the Vega system and the surrounding sectors.
"We cannot assume this is the end," Ethan said. "The aliens we faced were just scouts. Larger forces will come, and they will be prepared. Humans must be ready for every threat." One council member, Senator Rachel King, spoke nervously. "Sir, do you think humans can fight them again? One ship destroyed an entire fleet, but what if they send hundreds more?" Ethan shook his head. "We are not relying on one ship. We are learning, improving, and expanding our fleet. Humans are not limited by size or technology alone. Our strength is ingenuity, strategy, and determination." Lily added, "The crew has trained extensively. The lessons from Vega will guide us. Every ship we build now will benefit from what we learned." Jason smiled, and the crew knows exactly what to do. We've seen their tactics, their weaknesses. Humans are ready to strike back even before they attack again. Nora looked at the council members. We must continue research. Energy systems, weapons, shields. Everything must be upgraded. Humans have the ability to adapt faster than any species we've encountered. That is our real advantage.
Ryan leaned forward. We will also build redundancy into every system.
If one fails, another takes over. Humans survive because we think ahead. The Valiant is just the beginning. Back on the Valiant, the crew continued to train. Recruits studied the battle simulations, learning from every move and every mistake. Crew members ran drills, practiced maneuvers, and tested every weapon and shield repeatedly. The ship was no longer just a vessel. It was a school, a training ground, and a symbol of human resilience. Ethan walked along the corridors, observing the crew. He saw determination in every face, concentration in every action. Humans had faced impossible odds before, but this time, it was different. The galaxy was watching. Humanity had proved its strength, but it also had to maintain it. Lily joined him on the observation deck, looking out at the stars.
Humans have changed, she said.
We are no longer just observers. We are participants, and the galaxy knows it now. Ethan nodded.
They know, yes, but awareness brings danger.
We must be ready to defend ourselves at all times. Humans cannot afford to be caught off guard. Jason approached them, carrying a report on the battle simulations. Sir, we have new strategies based on what we learned. Alien formations are predictable once you understand their patterns. Humans can exploit this. Ethan smiled slightly. Good. Strategy wins wars, not just firepower. Prepare these strategies for the fleet. Every officer must understand them. Meanwhile, Nora worked with Ryan to upgrade the ship's systems. We can improve the energy output by 20%, she said. That will increase weapon range and shield strength. Ryan nodded. I'll adjust the systems. The Valiant will be stronger than ever, but we must also ensure the crew can handle it. Power alone does not win battles.
As the Valiant approached Earth, news of the victory spread.
Other species sent envoys seeking alliances, trade agreements, or simply to understand how humans had managed such a feat. Some came cautiously, fearing retaliation. Others were curious, hoping to learn the secrets of human technology. On Earth, ordinary citizens watched broadcasts in amazement.
They destroyed an entire fleet?
One man asked his neighbor.
With just one ship? The neighbor nodded.
Humans are not weak anymore. They've proven that. Children in playgrounds pretended to be crew members aboard the Valiant, imagining battles in space and heroic victories. Teachers spoke of courage, teamwork, and intelligence, using the Valiant as an example of what humans could achieve. Inside the Valiant, the crew prepared for the next mission. Every system was checked, every strategy reviewed, and every officer reminded that victory required constant vigilance. Ethan met with Lily, Jason, Nora, and Ryan in the tactical room. The next threat will not be the same as the last, he said. They will learn from Vega and adapt. Humans must be ready to adapt faster. Lily studied the holographic display of enemy fleets. We know their patterns, their weaknesses. Humans can predict their movements. We must train the fleet to act as one unit, coordinated and precise. Jason added, and we will. The fleet will be faster, smarter, and more deadly than before. The Valiant was the first step, but it will not be the last. Nora looked at Ethan. Our research will give us the edge. Humans can innovate faster than any alien species. That is the key to survival. Ryan nodded. And we will make every ship a Valiant. Humans cannot rely on one hero ship. Every vessel must carry the same power, the same discipline, the same determination. As Earth and its colonies prepared for the future, the Valiant became a symbol. It represented human courage, ingenuity, and the will to survive against overwhelming odds. Every crew member understood the responsibility they carried. The galaxy now knew that humans were a force to be reckoned with, but the humans themselves had to maintain that reputation. Ethan walked the corridors once more, observing the crew. They were focused, disciplined, and ready. Every officer, every recruit understood that human survival depended on skill, preparation, and unity. Lily joined him again on the observation deck. Humans have proven themselves, she said softly. But the real test is yet to come. The galaxy will not forget Vega, and neither can we. Ethan looked out at the stars. We will not forget. Humans will prepare. Humans will fight. And humans will win. The galaxy will see what it means to underestimate us. The Valiant continued toward Earth, carrying its crew, its technology, and its message. The galaxy had learned something important. Humans were not weak, humans were not simple, and humans were not predictable. They were strong, clever, and relentless. And as the stars stretched endlessly ahead, the Valiant and its crew prepared. The future battles would be larger, more dangerous, and more complex. But humanity had shown that courage, intelligence, and unity could overcome even the greatest odds. The lesson of Vega would guide them. Humans would never be taken lightly again. The Valiant drifted in orbit above Earth, its crew exhausted but alert. The victory at Vega had changed the galaxy's view of humanity, and humans themselves felt a mixture of pride and responsibility. Commander Ethan Miller walked the bridge, watching reports of alien activity in nearby sectors. They won't stop, he said quietly. They never do, but we will be ready. Captain Lily Harper stood beside him, studying the stars. Every fleet they send, every attack they plan, humans will meet it. We've learned from Vega. We've prepared. Now, we show the galaxy what it means to fight humans. Lieutenant Jason Cole grinned as he checked the weapon systems. The new ships are coming online, all of them based on the Valiant's design. When the next attack comes, humans will be stronger than ever.
Ryan Wells nodded from the engineering bay.
Every system upgraded. Shields stronger, engines faster, weapons more precise. Humans have built more than a ship. We've built an army. Nora Blake adjusted the energy core, and the technology keeps improving. Every battle teaches us something new. Humans adapt faster than anyone else. News from Vega spread quickly. Neutral alien systems, once indifferent, now sent envoys to Earth, offering alliances or trade deals. Some hoped to study human technology. Others wanted protection. The galaxy was paying attention. Ethan gathered his senior officers in the tactical room. This is not a time to celebrate, he said. The galaxy has seen our power. Some will fear us, some will challenge us. Humans must be ready for every possibility. Lily brought up the holographic display of enemy movements. Reports show a fleet forming near the outer rim, larger than Vega. They are preparing, and they think they can strike first. Jason tapped the display. We know their tactics. Humans can anticipate their moves. Our ships are faster, more coordinated, and every officer knows the strategy.
Ethan nodded. Then we hit first.
Humans do not wait for threats to find them. We strike, we fight, and we survive. The human fleets began to mobilize. Ships of all sizes modeled after the Valiant left Earth in formation. Each vessel carried the same energy weapons, advanced shields, and trained crews. Humanity had learned that survival required unity, and the fleet moved as one. The alien fleet approached Vega once more, confident and unaware. Their scouts reported the large human formation, and the commanders laughed, believing they had found a chance to retaliate. But they had underestimated humans again. Captain Harper gave the command. Prepare weapons, shields at maximum, engines on standby. All crews ready. Jason reported, targeting systems online. Energy torpedoes loaded. Pulse cannons calibrated. Every ship ready. The Valiant led the fleet, cloaked, waiting for the perfect moment. Ethan stood at the command console, calm and focused. Remember Vega, he said. Remember how they underestimated us. Now we show them what humans truly are. The first salvo of torpedoes launched, striking the enemy fleet before they could react. Explosions lit the darkness of space, ripping through battleships and cruisers. Panic spread as alien formations collapsed under human precision. Lily directed the fleet with skill. Left flank, advance and cut off retreat. Right wing, hold formation and provide cover. Center, follow the Valiant's lead. Every move was coordinated. Every attack calculated. The humans had studied the aliens' tactics, predicting their maneuvers and countering them before they began. Ethan watched the viewport as the alien commanders tried to reorganize. "They are learning too slowly," he said. "Humans are always faster, smarter, and relentless." Jason reported multiple direct hits. Command cruiser destroyed, assault frigates obliterated, enemy retreat collapsing. The battle raged for hours. Human ships moved like a single organism, anticipating attacks, striking with precision, and retreating when necessary. The Valiant, at the heart of the formation, executed maneuvers that no alien could predict. Ryan monitored the systems. Shields holding. Energy reserves stable. No damage reported. Humans can continue this engagement indefinitely if necessary. Nora studied energy outputs. "We are performing above expectations. Humans have optimized every system. The aliens cannot match this efficiency." Despite the alien fleet's attempts to regroup, human coordination and superior tactics proved unstoppable. Ships that had seemed invincible fell one by one. The aliens realized they had underestimated humans yet again, and fear spread through their command lines. Ethan opened communications.
This is Commander Ethan Miller of the human warship Valiant. Humanity defends itself and its allies.
Any attack will meet the same force you now face. Surrender or retreat. The choice is yours. The alien fleet hesitated. Messages of confusion and panic came through. How can one species? Lily turned to Ethan. They are breaking. Humans have control of the battle. Jason grinned. Every ship destroyed or retreating. Humans did it again. Ethan's expression remained serious. Never celebrate too soon. Humans must finish the fight. Total victory ensures the lesson is remembered. The fleet continued their assault. Smaller human ships pursued fleeing enemies, cutting off escape routes. Torpedoes struck from unexpected angles. Plasma beams tore through defenses. The aliens had never faced such a disciplined and coordinated force. Inside the Valiant, crew members worked tirelessly. Jason monitored weapon systems, issuing commands. Ryan adjusted energy flows to maximize efficiency. Nora recalibrated the torpedoes for maximum impact. Every officer knew their role, every action precise. After hours of combat, the alien fleet retreated in complete disarray. Humans had not only defended themselves, but had shown their dominance. Space around Vega was littered with the remnants of the destroyed fleet. Ethan watched the aftermath. They will remember this. Humans are not weak. Humans are not simple. Humans are a force they cannot ignore. Lily nodded. The galaxy now knows the truth. Humans are clever, resilient, and relentless. Jason leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. And humans are just getting started. On Earth, broadcasts showed images from the battle. Civilians cheered. Children pretended to be crew members aboard the Valiant. Adults whispered of human ingenuity, courage, and strength. Humanity had proven it could survive, fight, and win against impossible odds. The War Council met again. Ethan, Lily, Jason, Ryan, and Nora presented reports. The victory at Vega was only the beginning, Ethan said. Humans must continue to grow, improve, and unite. The galaxy will test us, but humans will endure. Lily added, every fleet we build, every ship we train, every strategy we plan, ensures that humans cannot be underestimated again.
Jason smiled. The Valiant inspired an entire fleet.
Humans are now a symbol of hope and strength. Nora concluded, humans innovate, adapt, and fight with courage. That is why we will survive, and why the galaxy will remember us. Ryan nodded. Every system upgraded, every officer trained, every ship prepared. Humans will be ready for whatever comes next. In the months that followed, humanity expanded its fleet, trained new officers, and improved technology. The Valiant became a training vessel, showing new recruits how humans could fight and win. Every crew member understood the responsibility they carried. The galaxy watched carefully. Some species formed alliances with humans hoping for protection or knowledge. Others approached cautiously, respecting the growing power of humanity. Humans had changed. They were no longer just one of many species. They were a force, feared and respected. Ethan stood on the observation deck of the Valiant, looking at the stars. "The galaxy knows," he said. "Humans are strong, clever, and united, and they will never underestimate us again." Lily joined him, watching the fleet move in formation. Humans fought, humans won, and humans will continue to fight. The future is ours if we remain vigilant and united. Jason grinned. "And we will. Humans never back down, never surrender, and never give up." Nora smiled. "Humans innovate, adapt, and survive. That is our strength." Ryan nodded. "And humans will continue to grow. Every ship, every crew, every system will make us stronger." The Valiant led the fleet forward, a symbol of human courage, intelligence, and determination. Every ship that followed carried the same message. Humans were not to be underestimated. The galaxy had learned this lesson twice now, and it would never forget it. Ethan, Lily, Jason, Nora, and Ryan looked out at the stars, knowing that humanity's journey was just beginning. The battles would continue, but the galaxy had seen the truth. Humans were clever, united, and relentless. No matter the challenge, humanity would endure. And so, humans stood ready, their fleet strong, their crews trained, their technology unmatched. The Valiant had proven that courage, strategy, and determination could overcome any odds. The galaxy had taken humans lightly once. It would never happen again.